She is the face of Toronto Public Health and has been the bearer of news both good and bad for the city throughout the pandemic. I sat down with Toronto's top doctor, Eileen de Villa, to look back at the year that was, how Toronto fared, and what 2022 might have in store.
If you were to give us a grade, how do you think the city of Toronto did, and how did Toronto Public Health do?
I am absolutely amazed at how well Torontonians did, how they stepped up into the largest vaccination campaign in this city's history and really followed rules as best they could. And they were challenging at times, no question. And in accordance, I'm also extremely proud of my team at Toronto Public Health. Every single challenge that's come along the way, no matter how tired they are, no matter how exhausted they are from the last 2 years, they have just stepped up to every challenge and not just met it, but in fact surpassed any expectations.
Was there anything you can recall, particularly where the city and the province were at loggerheads or just did not agree on how this was going to play out?
Well, I think that there was always conversation in and around how things should be distributed, for example, particularly when there were supply challenges around vaccine. But again, I was always willing to listen to our provincial partners because they see things and they have inroads and insights from other parts of the province that frankly aren't front and center from my perspective, given that I'm responsible for Toronto.
And Doctor, let's get a little personal now. You have been the public face of Toronto Public Health throughout this pandemic. We've seen you for a while. We saw you every single day. What has that experience been like for you personally?
It's had lots of blessings associated with it. And certainly, if I can speak on a very personal level, as you know, I'm just returning from a medical leave myself. And the amount of support that I received from all corners of the city was overwhelming. I do take the responsibility of being the people's doctor, Toronto's doctor, very much to heart. So having this opportunity to form this relationship with Torontonians over the last 2 years has certainly been a real privilege for me in my career.
When it comes to 2022, we're looking at it, staring it in the face right now. In terms of the pandemic and the direction that the city is going in, what do you expect?
We are seeking to get us past this very difficult wave of Omicron, but I have been so impressed. We've got Torontonians stepping up to get their booster doses to protect themselves and those around them. And of course, all the Team Toronto partners from all around the city stepping up to deliver vaccines as quickly as is humanly possible. And it's my sincere hope that with that effort, and of course, the need to make sure that other parts of the world are also getting appropriate vaccine. Our hope is that we'll soon start to see ourselves getting to the other side of this pandemic so that we can start to restore some of the more regular aspects of our lives as they were before there was such a thing as COVID-19.
The doctor also says she wants to thank Torontonians for their endurance and taking the steps necessary to beat the pandemic, as well as thank her colleagues for their incredible support. For more of this one-on-one interview with Dr. Eileen de Villa, you can go to our website, citynews.ca. For City News, I'm Dilshad Berman.